loves, welcome back to TigeraGitana. Today we're going to be breaking down the new moon in Aries that's going to be happening on April 12th, 2021. And we have quite a bit to talk about because this new moon is going to be pretty insane energetically wise. I already pulled some cards for us as far as what we can expect socially, collectively, from the energy as far as how it will be coming into fruition and manifesting. But there's quite a bit of things that we got to go over before we get there because, oh my God. Now, as always, we're going to start off with the planetary positions, and then we're going to go into the aspects and then the cards. And I will be sharing a little bit of a spell guide with y'all as far as maybe like giving you tips as to what you should be using and working with for this new moon. Okay, so starting right off the bat, we have the sun in Aries, the moon in Aries, Mercury in Aries, Venus in Aries. Okay, so we have a really strong, powerful stellium in Aries. We have 4 planets in Aries, as well as Chiron is also still in Aries. So there's definitely a lot coming up, a lot being brought up, and a lot of things shifting and moving as we get closer and closer to this new moon. Mars will be in Gemini, Jupiter and Saturn are both in Aquarius. Uranus is still in Taurus, Neptune is still in Pisces, Pluto is still in Capricorn. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely a lot that we need to go over. So we're gonna get started. First of all, there's a lot of really beautiful conjunctions because there, when there's a stellium, you see a lot of these conjunctions because you see planets that are in the same sign saying, hey, I'm in that sign too, like look at me. We're obviously sharing the same energy, the same vibe, so let us support each other, let us be in the same kind of page, kind of mindset. And so the sun is in conjunction with the moon, the sun is in conjunction with Mercury, the sun is in conjunction with Venus, and the moon is in conjunction with Mercury, the moon is in conjunction with Venus. You see all of the planets that are in Aries having this kind of like holding each other's hand, like, yeah, I'm backing you up and you're backing me up and da. And what that essentially means is that as far as the sun, okay, the sun ruling our ego, and do not forget that the sun is exalted in Aries. What that means is that the sun feels its best, it does its best work in Aries, even though it rules Leo. It's able to use Aries energy to the best of its ability. So this is a great time for movement, especially when it comes to dealing with ego work and doing ego work. Aries is a great time to do that because Aries rules the journey, and the ego must go through a journey and must, you know, find that light and shine through its journey as it goes along. And so Aries, it completely just encapsulates what that means with the sun. And so they have a really lovely relationship. This is why you kind of see sun and Aries energy kind of manifest in a very like energetic time. For springtime, and everything is just blooming, everything's coming out, everything is just like, I'm here, we're growing, we're making moves, we're doing the thing. So it's a very like blossoming energy with that relationship with the sun in Aries. But because you have the sun, also the moon, which is our emotional consciousness, Mercury, which is our communication, our consciousness, Venus, which is how we love, pleasure, money, all of those being in Aries, they're all holding hands together saying, okay, mentally, what I'm thinking of my mind is also going to help me not only maintain my pleasure, maintain my love, maintain my monies. Okay. Same with as far as it's connected to the journey and our emotional consciousness, how we're emotionally, intuitively moving forward and making choices that are meant for our own personal growth in relation to our journey, which is what Aries rules. So they're all, the sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus are all like holding hands, like we're taking this ride together, we're walking together right now, we're doing the things together. And so when it comes to spell work, because so much of the planets are in this individualistic journey focused place, okay, because they're all meeting in the same place and saying, hey, yeah, we're going to be moving towards this together. This is a really powerful time to work with the fire elements within your spell work. So great time to burn candles, great time to burn some shit, to do fire purification rituals, and to also work with your solar plexus, especially if that's something where you've been having some blockages or feeling like you have not been able to make certain choices for yourself. Or even if you're born under specific retrogrades in your own personal chart, working during this like Aries push is a great time to realign yourself with your purpose, your journey, and your life. So it really helps push you into the here it is. Here's your journey. Realign to what your goals are. Realign to what the rest of the year looks like for you. Realign with that purpose. So your life is actually purposeful, meaningful, and you're doing what you love, what you're meant to be doing in this life. So it is a very beautiful like relationship that the planets are having right now. And this specific new moon is going to be great for starting new intentions, for setting goals for yourself, especially anything that's meant to help you grow to any capacity. And that could literally be anything. If again, Venus is in Aries as well, Mercury is in Aries as well. So if you want to do something that is like, let's say you wanted to start you wanted to start writing a book, or you wanted to go back to school, or you wanted to start a business, this is a great time to do it, because the way that the planets are set up, especially because Jupiter is also in Aquarius, if it benefits society, it's going to be welcomed by society. So you're going to have that like, oh, this is so needed. Like, this is a great, really great new moon to do what, like, to set intention for what it is that you're meant to do in your life. Great new moon to do any type of blockbuster or road opening candle spell work, and to just open the way to abundance and blessings to come in throughout the rest of the year. Great new moon to set the tone for what you want this year to look like on your personal journey, as far as like, if you think about, okay, at the end of the year, what would I want my life to be like? Envision that, hold that, use that within your manifestation, use that to focus on your goals, focus on, like, use your craft, fuel that into your dreams and your goals, so that way you're actually using your craft wisely and working with the specific new moon to the best of its ability. But it's a really great time to set direction for yourself. And you see that with the way that the planets are just like in this beautiful like support. So it's like a support system. They're all supporting like each other into pushing the energy forward. The other thing about this kind of energy is that, and I know this came up in the cards, and we're going to talk about it when we get to the cards, but the one thing about this specific new moon is that this is a very forward moving moon. Okay, right now we don't have anything in retrograde. The north node is currently in retrograde, but we don't have any planets in retrograde. And so when we don't have planets in retrograde, it is all about forward movement, forward progression. And so when you see, if the way that the planets are coming off are very like, if you are not trying to like move forward, you're going to be forced to. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that with the cards, because it definitely came up like very Aries, like bold, like cardinal energy, like, no, move forward, no, take a step forward, no, stop looking back, no, stop thinking about this person, they're not worth it, just move forward, move forward, move forward. This just like, there's really beautiful energy for that right now. And it might come off a little bit harsh to some people. Some people might get burned out, some people might get ghosted, some people might completely like, you know, catch some feelings about how it's happening, because Aries is a very aggressive sign. I don't mean that in a negative way, but in aggressive in a very bold way, like, especially because Mercury is in Aries right now. It's a very bold, like, I said what I said, that's it. Like, so we have to really be very mindful not to necessarily be overly sensitive to the way people are moving for the next couple of weeks. I highly recommend, especially as Aries season kind of comes to, you know, gets closer to Taurus season, I would be very mindful to hold any judgments towards what people are doing and the way people are moving in their direction, because it's not going to, that's not going to benefit anybody. I'm just saying, if you think that people, if you hold the viewpoint that people never change, you're going to be very surprised. It's just what I'm going to say, especially for those who wish to take control of their life and wish to change. Now, the sun is squaring Pluto for this new moon, and this is where the stubborn people, and this is what I'm saying, it came up in the cards, the stubborn people are going to be pushed into transformation, whether they like it or not. And this is why, with the way that this moon is really, really beautiful and supportive with the planets, the cards really emphasize, like, no, but you gonna move. I'm gonna make you move. And like spirit, energy, like the universe, it's like forward movement, forward thinking. We are not trying to stay in a limbo state. We're not trying to stay in a past reflective state. This is not Pisces season. This is forward movement season. Okay. And so there is this energy of pushing your ego to transform. And again, because the sun is exalted in Aries, it's a great time to think about your journey, think about your soul's evolution, your soul's evolution in this lifetime, and how it's moving and how it hasn't been moving, and where you have been stuck, where you have been stubborn. And this is where you can focus your spell work in when it comes to, you know, doing blockbuster candles or spell work, and doing road opening work as well, working with elegua, working at the crossroads, doing a lot of different things to just open the way instead of thinking backwards. Because that kind of thinking, this is where the planets are just like fighting. The ego is fighting our transformation. Pluto, okay, our death. There are people who are going to be pushed into a complete death and rebirth transformation with this new moon. If there is going to be triggering for those who don't want to change, for those who don't want to do anything within their lives. It's either like you go with the flow or you dying, like kind of vibe. It's a very like, are you going, it's kind of like, think about Aries energy is very all about, it's a warrior, okay? Aries is a warrior. So think about being at war, okay? And, you know, the fight already started. Everybody's fighting. Everybody's, you know, trying to fight for their team, whatever. And you have one person who's just sitting, who's a warrior, trained, did all the things, but does not want to come out and play their part in that role. What's going to happen to that person? Now, if they're really, really smart, they might be able to hide and, you know, do all the things. But let's say his side is losing because they didn't have enough support from same people with a mindset of like him. Then the other side is going to come in and hunt him down because he's part of the fight, the side that's fighting them, right? So then he's going to die. That person's going to die. That person's going to die because they're not creating any action. They're just trying to hold on and be stuck. So with the sun square Pluto, it's really about the ego. It's really about, listen, if you are going to try to hold on to your, like, to that like, no, I do what I want kind of vibe and mood and energy, you're going to find yourself very, very frustrated with the way that Plutonian energy is manifested, especially because Pluto is in Capricorn and rules the root chakra, which is our physical bodies in the physical realm. I'm telling you, there are some people that might be getting taken out of this earth just because they didn't listen. So let's say, you know, you had some grandparents or, you know, like a family member who's just really stubborn and did things their way, never wanted to change. You might actually see some deaths in the family. I'm not trying to project that into the world. I'm just trying to say, I can see in the chart where being too egotistical will cost you your life with this aspect. I'm just saying, I said what I said. So there is this focus on evolution, your soul's evolution. You're either going to evolve with your soul or your time is up kind of energy, kind of vibe. So be very mindful of being stubborn. Be very mindful of people who are stubborn around you, and having that energy be around you. Be very mindful to manipulation as well, because this is one of the things that comes out of sun square Pluto. When our ego is squaring Pluto, who rules Scorpio, is all about like trying to manipulate things. In the sun, obviously our egos are always trying to manipulate things and make us feel more comfortable, and feel more comfortable about, you know, certain things. So our inner child, our energy, we don't feel bad about things. So there is this kind of like manipulation aspect that comes from this aspect as well. And so I want you guys to be aware of it, because if you catch yourself trying to manipulate the narrative, if you get called out or you get put in a situation where you are forced to come to terms with something and you're just trying to manipulate your way out of it because you don't want to accept the truth, you're gonna have a real hard time with that. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna have a real hard time with that. So the best way to work with this, again, it's working with that fire element. Okay, this is great time for fire purification rituals, really any type of release rituals with fire, because Pluto works for really well with the fire element. This is why it has this association to the phoenix, and like how the phoenix like just completely disintegrates itself and is born through that fire, through that push. Okay, so really powerful time for transformation, self-transformation, self-evolution. But be mindful when you're seeing things not like in areas of your life, seeing things not necessarily happening in that way as well, because it says a lot. It really does. Now, one of the other ones that we're going to talk about is moon square Pluto. Venus is also in a square with Pluto. Mars is also oh wait, no, we're gonna talk about it in a second. So Venus is also in a square with Pluto. When we have moon square Pluto, Venus square Pluto, there's definitely a lot to be said about your emotional energy and also your pleasure energy, because Pluto is the planet that is associated with sex. Just as much as Mars is associated with passion and drive and can be associated with sex, Pluto takes a little bit deeper. And so when we are looking at moon square Pluto, especially when it comes to love relationships, this is a great time to deepen bonds, to deepen or take things to another level, take things to another step, actually come to realizations about how you actually feel about people. This is where you see some of those triggers and some of those things kind of shining a light and being exposed, because Pluto is all about that transformation, and also that exposure is about bringing the unconscious mind into the consciousness, into, hey, are you aware of this? Hey, did you know that this is how you were feeling? Great day for any type of, or great day to set intention for any type of like couples therapy, or even just working through things as a couple. And even doing some sacral, sensual, I can't say because I don't want to get demonetized, y'all, sensual couples magic is what we're gonna call it. Great day for that. Great day to do some manifestations together. And the reason and the reason why that is, especially if you're a couple, and I do want you guys to understand this part, because I feel like when it comes to Aries energy, it's very much about your own individuality, right? But for those who are in a partnership, you have to understand that you're both getting triggered individually. And so when you're coming together and supporting each other and having a support system, it's great to come together with the same, like with a similar goal. Like, okay, let's do some sensual magic to work through and manifest X, B, and C. Let's say you guys want to manifest a new house, or manifest a new car, or manifest like a child. Great time to bring your own, you know, what each of you brings individually to the relationship, to do something within the collective energy. So it's not necessarily just about you. It's a great time to also focus on your partnerships, just as well as if you are not partnered up. It's also a great time, if you wanted to call in a partner that will definitely work with your individuality. Like, you're both able to have that kind of match element. Do not forget that Aries is opposite sign, sister sign, it's Libra, just as Cancer is Capricorn. Okay, so it's like, yeah, Aries is all about individuality, but it reflects back on Libra. It's all about that balance and that partnership. Okay, it's a really powerful time to dive into the sensuality of the thing. Okay, that's how I'm gonna call it for my people in the back, and to work through some like deep rooted things, like especially if there's been issues within the relationship, like even when it comes to what's the phrase called, it's makeup sensuality is what I'm gonna call it, because I can't say the damn word on YouTube. But a great time to do that, to release any tension, any buildup, any anger, through your sensual practice with your partner, or through your sensual practice with yourself. I'm just saying, do what you need to do. But really, really good way to dig deeper within your passion, within your sacral chakra, and do some healing as well. Be careful with any type of like jealousy energy, and like kind of looking at what others are doing, how others are being blessed at this time, and you know, trying to create any type of like negativity around that, because it's just going to create more tension than you personally need, and you really don't need that. Okay, now Mars trine Jupiter. Okay, Mars is also in a square with Neptune, and Saturn is in a square with Uranus. Lord, Mars trine Jupiter is definitely it's a very beautiful and interesting placement, but please do not forget that Mars is still in Gemini. Mars is not like being a Gemini. Gemini is all over the place. That doesn't make Gemini not a powerful sign. It's just that it gets Mars like Mars is all about direction, okay? And so it's very passionate into putting, it's like one step at a time, but Gemini is all over the place. So it's kind of like Mars has to spread itself thin through all of what Gemini is like trying to go all the directions. And so when it's in this beautiful trine with Jupiter, Jupiter, which is in Aquarius, and so Aquarius, because it's a fixed sign and it has the ability to kind of detach in order to see, it actually helps that Mars energy dictate that direction. So for this new moon, I highly recommend that you try to stay goal oriented. Try to pick 1 or 2 or 3 different things and try to just stick to that, especially if you're trying to do some spell work that is just focused on those areas, so that way you're not like, you know, confused, or you're not like frustrated, or you're not like, oh my god, what should I do, but I don't know, but I'm tired, but this and that. Just pick 1 to 3 things, okay, and then focus your day on that, so you're not getting overwhelmed. Okay, you're able to use the Jupiter and Aquarius energy to see how to detach from the situation and best address it, because if not, then you're just going to be all over the place. So definitely tap into also within the collective, your friends. This is a great time to connect with your friendship circle, and see what you can do together. There's a lot of collective energy for doing things and building something together, so try to see if you're being called to do something like that, or even to start a project at work or whatnot. Try to see how to best do that, and again, keep your goals not super like 10-12 million things. Take it 1 step at a time, or you're going to get overwhelmed. I definitely feel that, because listen, it's been crazy this past week, but yeah, take it 1 step at a time. Mars is in a square with Neptune, and Neptune, which is in Pisces, Mars again is in Gemini. This is going to definitely make the downloads that you're getting, especially through your dreams. While your dreams may seem like a little bit chaotic and you're getting dreams from all over the place, try to, again, if you don't have a dream journal, I highly suggest that you do. You should be writing down your dreams during this time, because listen, it's been a really very bold time for dreams and dream work. Dreams have been super vivid lately, and there's a lot of messages in them. If you're having dreams that kind of shift, you go from one dream to the next dream to the next dream, again, that's that Mars and Gemini energy as well. That's very hyperactive within our dream space, because it's being, you know, triggered with Neptune here. And Neptune is Pisces is going to kind of paint a certain picture around the truth, but if you actually look really deeper into the dream itself, you'll be getting a lot of downloads that you need to look deeper into, that can help you figure out what to do next within your life, and with the different situations that are coming up for you. Saturn square Uranus. Listen, I always like to bring this up for y'all, because I think it's really important to understand Uranus's energy is all about evolution. It's all about connecting deeper to your higher self. and being more in alignment with your upgrades and how you're allowing change and shifts to happen in your life. And this is why he rules unexpected change, because if you don't choose to change, he will create the change. And this is why the cards came up the way they did, because Saturn is in the square with Uranus, and Saturn is all about like, okay, but you've been wasting time and you keep doing the same thing and I can't have it no more. So here's Uranus throwing a whole thing right in your face. And with that, I'm going to get into the tarot, because literally the Saturn square Uranus explains the whole entire cards that we got. And I was like, shook. Okay, so first and foremost, we have the Fool in reverse. Okay, we have the Six of Swords. We have the Page of, this one is the Page of Spears, the Page of Wands. Okay, in reverse. So we have the Fool, the Six of Swords upright, and then we have the Page of Wands in reverse. Then we have the Tower upright, I'm sorry, in reverse, and we have the King of Cups. All that to say, okay, that if this is no longer your choice, and this is really what the generational planets are saying. Y'all been sitting on this too long. Y'all been waiting too long. It is no longer about what you think, how you feel, what your opinion is, what you want to come out of the situation. X, Y, C, and B, it does not matter anymore, okay? Because why? Saturn and Uranus have been putting you on a time crunch, and they said, okay, well, I've been giving you time to sort through this. I've been giving you time to decide. I've been giving you time to come to a different conclusion, move, make some changes in your life, change the narrative. Again, it goes into this like, it's Pluto energy of transformation and change. And so now you don't have the choice. You're not going to have the choice to be the Fool. I'm not going to give you the choice. We're going to create the choice. And this is what I'm saying. The chart itself is very, very, it has an aggressive tone to it. While it's very supportive in areas, in some of the other areas, it has a very aggressive tone, and it's saying, also, you don't want to move. Bet. I'm going to make you move. Then I'm going to take the other choices away. Literally, I'm going to literally take the other choices away. You will not have a choice but to move. Generational planets are a little bit pissed right now, to be honest. Especially with the Saturn square Uranus, is all about using time, how you've been using time. If you've been using time to self-evolve, if you have not been using time to self-evolve, guess what? You no longer have the time to waste. Okay, you are on a time crunch. The way that this can manifest are in a couple of different ways. One of the ways that I talked about earlier with Pluto energy. Two, you could literally, the option itself could be removed for you. So for example, if you've been kind of, stuck in this mental relationship with someone who's not, that person could literally be move across the whole country. You never see them again. Like, it's on some just ghosted energy. It's on some, nope, you need to focus on something else. Go over there. Go look over there. I'm tired. So it's literally like, it's not like you're setting the intention, because usually the Page of Wands are all about you setting and embarking on a new journey within yourself, within your life. It's upside down, y'all. It's upside down. You don't have the choice anymore. It's not, you're not picking the direction. Okay, Spirit said, we're going to pick you. We're going to pick the direction, because you've been playing too much, and I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of watching this. I'm tired of you praying to me. I'm tired of you saying X, Y, Z, and B, and thinking that, you're going to have this. You're going to be able to, make something out of this that's very toxic, and it's not going anywhere. And I'm tired. We can't do this anymore. This has to change. This has to change. 1000%. This has to change. And why are they doing it? Because it comes back to this, the King of Cups, okay? When you are in this King of Cups energy, not only are you able to tap in spiritually, you have a deeper understanding with your growth, but you know how to navigate your own emotional energy, and you know how to manifest easier as well. It's not necessarily you stuck in your ways. Is you going with your own flow, understanding how to go with your own flow, understanding how to heal yourself, how to take care of your divine feminine energy, how to nurture your divine masculine energies, how to nurture your body, your spirit, your mind, your emotional energy, without you getting overwhelmed or trapped in situations that you damn well know you do not need in your life, that you should have left a really long time ago. And so right now it's all about you coming back to yourself, you embodying more of your higher self energy on a spiritual level, you understanding why things need to be released and let go, and you mastering those emotions throughout that. Even when you look at the bottom of the deck, you have the King of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Devil. Okay, there's a lot of things that are going to be removed, and it's all about this. Listen, I need you to be in a clearer mindset. I need you to be about you. I need you to understand how to control and make better decisions for yourself, because right now that has not been the case, and I need y'all to get on it, period. Now, we're also getting power and prayer, shed the old, and fertile new role. Fertile new role, okay? And the reason why this is coming up is because, again, we're in this like springtime. We're in this growth period. Like, even when we look at the cards, we're in this growth period. We're trying to clear the air. Okay, we're trying to clear the damn air. We're trying to clear our emotional energy. We're trying to bring life into our and plant those seeds that are able to grow and bring us like that abundance and that growth all around us, that bring us that springtime energy. And so there's definitely this kind of energy, as if you have been stuck on certain things, especially within the physical realm, if you have been physically trying to stay stuck on the same type of energy, I need y'all to pray, because the way that it gets released, y'all might not like it. Y'all might not like the aggressiveness, the tone. Okay, the planets are just gonna be a little bit harsh. And it's coming from this physical realm energy where it's just like a plant, like a whole tree getting completely taken out. That's the way that it's coming up. It's really like, it's a harsher tone, and it's because the planets are not playing. If you've been wasting your time, you're going to see the harsher aspects of this. If you've been doing the work, you're going to be able to plant actually plant seeds that grow these big thick foundational trees within your life. This is where we're getting the fertile new role, because it's all about you taking your next place, you stepping into your power, you becoming closer to you. It's all about that. If you completely try to keep both worlds and not shed the other one, nothing will grow. Nothing will grow. I need y'all to understand that. Absolutely nothing will grow from it. Nothing. So I need you guys to maintain that in your head. It's all about self-evolution, self-mastery. You know, I bring that up all the time. You know, I talk about self-mastery all the time. It's always going to be about self-mastery. And Saturn and Uranus are like, but you haven't been doing the work though, so we're gonna make you. The next one, okay, from Archangel Michael, we have positive thoughts create positive results. Okay, positive thoughts create positive results, because a lot of it is in your head. A lot of it, especially if you come at it, because Mercury in Aries can be a little bit blunt, it can be a little bit aggressive, but if at the end of the day you're moving about things in a positive way, if you're releasing someone and like you're trying to do it in a positive way and saying, you know what, I can't talk to you anymore, I can't make space for you anymore, I can't do this anymore, then with those positive, that positive mindset, that positive intention, you're able to release people, release situation, release habits without it being chaotic and a negative, like, you know, a negative kind of way where you're actually self-harming or causing harm to someone else or being like petty or malicious. It's just more like, no, I said what I said, and I'm definitely in alignment with what was said, and I'm moving on positively. I'm not going to be here crying. I'm not going to be here X, Y, Z, and B. I'm just not going to do that, period. The next one we're getting is energy healing work, and 1000%. For those who are Patreon members, y'all know what is coming a little bit. Y'all know what is coming, and I can't wait to share what we're doing. But for those who are not Patreon members, for those who definitely need to do the work on their own, energy healing work is not just like, you know, Reiki, or it's not just, you know, working with crystals and stuff like that. Like, yes, you can, and yes, you can use those tools to assist you energy wise, but there is a shift coming, a shift specifically that is tapping into this energy healing work, including with your own personal energy, because you can heal your own energy just by positive thoughts. You can heal your own energy just by addressing and looking at the imbalances within your energy, within your habits, which it's all about being more mindful, being a little bit critical of yourself, not necessarily making your ego overinflate and be like you're the best of the best that ever walked in this world, when you know you have opportunities, you know you have things about you that you are like, you know what, I don't like that I did that, I need to stop, because that's your higher self telling you this is not you, that's not you, and you need to stop. And so a lot of it goes into energy healing. A lot of it goes into healing those points where you know yourself you have not been in alignment in, but you've still been trying to make it a thing when it's not a thing. Okay, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not gonna happen. We're also getting earlier disappointments were just rehearsals for the greater stuff coming your way. This is those generational planets. And the back says, never regret love, no matter how blind it improved your vision. Okay, no matter how foolish it made you wiser, no matter how generous it made you more. I'm telling you, there's some people who are just gonna be like ghost. You're never gonna hear from them again. And some people are going to take it very personally and get really hurt about it, but at the end of the day, y'all, it's all about that individuality energy. So it's a little, it can seem a little tough right now. Love is never in vain. And it says, when you finally see what this whole time space thing is all about, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to be so happy you loved as much as you did. Because at the end of the day, love is not on a negative vibration. If you tap into the love energy, the love vibration, it's so powerful to not only love others, but to love yourself, love your life, love the things that you do, fall in love with your practice, fall in love with what you're meant to do in this life. Once you're tapping into that vibration, all things get healed, because then you're able to tap into this. Love is never in vain. It was never wrong. There's nothing negative about it. And so because there's just positivity left, there's this beautiful life that is just connected to love and actions. Okay, your love actions that you have made. So I hope that this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm really excited for everybody who's been coming through to the channel, and who definitely has all of the support that I've gotten recently. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and I just have so much love for y'all. For those who are new, definitely make sure you subscribe, you hit the bell so you're notified every time I upload. And if you want to be a channel member, go ahead and hit the join button down below. If you want to be a Patreon member, the link will be down below. If you want to read it with me, the link will be down in the description box. And I will see you loves in the next one. Have a beautiful day. Bye.